What's going on in Japan will continue to spread across first world nations. I'm going to explain to you what I have learned. There are three reasons why the replacement level is so low. The first reason is because people in Japan work ridiculous amounts of hours. Then you have number two, the rise of extreme feminism. Then you have number three, and these are all in order, by the way. A lot of these Japanese dudes are creepy, and they have left a terrible taste on the tongues of Japanese women. The first one, people in Japan work ridiculously large amounts of hours because it is extremely expensive there. And in order to be anything in a first world nation, you really have to work 2 jobs minimum. Then once you get a second job, start a business. Your business starts doing okay, continue growing your business, or number four, get a per diem job. You know the rules. So people are working ridiculous hours there, and you really can't raise a family working all those hours. And then you add on the fact that materialism has run rampant in first world nations, especially Japan. It is hard to save money because you gotta buy the Gucci and the Louis and the Fendi and the Prada and all that other stuff to keep up appearances, to keep up with the Joneses, or even to feel like you've made some level of success in your life because you're working 60, 70 hours plus a week. That's the first reason why the replacement level is so low. Number two is a rise of extreme feminism because women are being told you don't need a man for anything, which is true. It is true until you get older. And then you notice that, hey, I'm by myself. I'm in my 50s. If I fall, nobody will notice. When I get really old, I don't have any children to take care of me. It's just me and my bunch of debt and my Gucci bags and my animals. No one's there. No one cares. You will start to notice that once you hit your 50s and your 60s, ladies. You think you're going to be young forever. You're not going to be young forever. I blinked and I'm 29 now. Also, many of you are looking for the perfect man. In Japan, they're saying it all the time. He has to make this much money and be this tall, etc. They've adopted the American woman mindset, which leads to either single momhood or boss babe status. Now, what happens when you get this ridiculous mindset? First off, you want to be with this ideal man. Guess what? Every woman wants to be with this ideal man, so why would he even settle down? He can get any woman he wants. He can get married anytime he chooses to because every woman is after him. So why would he decide to settle down? And why would he decide to settle down with you, someone that doesn't even recognize her own flaws? So Prime Minister Ishiba noticed that the replacement level is extremely low. All right, and instead of, fixing certain things in the government to make sure that, people don't have to work as many hours, right? Or talking about the extreme feminism problem that's leading to women think that, oh, he has to be perfect in order to marry me, or he has to have endless money, instead of trying to push traditional values forward so that way we can continue to propagate the species. Instead, he did the other option, which is allow a bunch of immigrants into the country, because the goal of every country, besides taking as much taxes as possible, is to continue pushing the culture forward, continue making sure that their people still exist. And if your people are not multiplying, then you have to bring in other people to make them multiply, or you have to provide a large enough incentive for your citizens to want to multiply. And Japan is in debt like everybody else, so they went with the other route, bring in all the immigrants. Last but not least, Japanese men seem to be a little off in the head regarding how to handle themselves with women in the workplace, on a train, anywhere in general. Unless there's camera evidence, very often nothing gets solved. So, as you may know, the GRAPE rates are extremely low in Japan, right? It's increasing rapidly ever since they started bringing in a bunch of immigrants into the country, right? But even without that, there's some things that are a little questionable with the men's decisions with women. Why is it that over half of all women in Japan have reported being touched strangely or inappropriately by a man on the bus? Now, mind you, let me put a little nuance to it. In Japan, they squeeze up on each other like sardines in a can on these trains. These trains are as full as possible. They are literally breathing the air out of each other's mouths. That's how close they get to each other on these trains. So, do I think these numbers are inflated? Yes. Just because people have to be really close to each other on the trains. Do I also believe that the rates in which men are out there on these trains touching women far higher than other places? Yes, I do believe that. I was reading an article saying that 1 in 14 women have reported being touched by a man inappropriately in their lifetime. But even when they do report it, things do not get solved. Because unlike America, in which essentially you just believe the woman no matter what, you don't need evidence, it's basically reverse in Japan. It's essentially you believe the man no matter what. You need camera evidence, you need a bunch of people to come out, etc. And I believe to an extent that you do need evidence for things. It's important to have evidence. You just can't go off of somebody's word. Evidence is important. Luckily, this isn't as much of a problem in America, right? But it's actually becoming a little odd that now you're seeing the female teachers taking advantage of the little boys. Before it used to be the other way around. Now you're hearing more reports of female teachers touching the children instead of the male ones. You even have to call out women who don't know how to have any discernment around little boys and little girls, like Teacher Bay, who wear body contour to class in order to get the attention of these innocent minds. When these women do get convicted, right, they get far, far less time than the man. Very often they get probation. Usually the maximum amount of time I see a woman get is 3 years. So the future of America is Japan, okay? But there's a few positives, okay? First off, men in America, you do not have to marry or date an American woman. You can go out there, make your money dating other cultures. You are not obligated to date women who do not want you. I will repeat, you are not obligated to date women that don't want you. Go make some money and go date women from other countries. You have that option. Now, American women, they're very disrespectful to women of other countries. They believe that other women from other countries don't have an education. Like Singapore and Thailand, no, these women are very educated. They speak multiple languages. You just have hostility built towards them for some reason. You don't want your man. But they want your man and you're mad at them. That doesn't make any sense. Just let the people be happy. Women will continue to chase the same guys in their neighborhood everyone else is chasing. And it'll lead to them either not having a child, being alone, or being a single mom. So America is going to end up like Japan, and Japan soon will no longer be a first world nation. I'm just letting you know, be safe.